Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind, and I'm glad you're here. And joining me tonight, Fantastic Friday, Sean is here from The Guy Who Sews. Welcome in, Sean.
Good.
Glad you're here.
Well, g'day and welcome. Thank you for having me on this wonderful Friday evening. I don't know what the weather's like in your part of the world, but we started off with about 70 degrees. Well, it's a nice warm day. We all walked outside with
Yeah.
t-shirts and that sort of thing there. And when we came home, left school or left work for the afternoon, it was a whole lot cooler.
Oh
So I
boy.
guess I think we had Fool Spring this week. So
Oh. Yeah, we had snow trying to sputter at us, and then parts of Wyoming got snow and parts of Wyoming didn't get snow. So yeah, snow is not going anywhere anytime soon yet, which is good.
yeah, I think we're done with snow for the year, thankfully.
Uh, well, I see we've got Linda and Susan and Pat and Bob in the chat. Welcome in, you guys. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So tonight I'm going to work some more on the skylights pattern that I've been working on. It was a first internet mystery quilt that Electric Quilt put out by Fran Iverson Gonzalez. Somebody else did all the work for me, so all I have to do is paper piece. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. How about you,
And
Sean?
I am this. Well, it was funny. I was telling Tammy before we started tonight, that I forgot we were live tonight. She sent me a message, said, "Hey, I'll send you the Zoom link in a couple of hours," and I'm like, "Oh, whoops. Okay. I got something for tomorrow morning, but not for tonight." So I grabbed my dog park, and we are working on this one over here, the little pug.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, he's going to
Oh,
turn
he's
out really
cute.
nice. So.
Oh,
Um, I was able to get that cut out this afternoon. I don't think I'll get the whole block made tonight, but you'll get to see at least some of it.
oh.
So yes, stay tuned for that. And as soon as I find my ruler, we will get started on that.
Sounds
I saw
good.
it a few.
Welcome in, Marlene. Bob says that they got their tickets for the Paducah Quilt Show in April. I am so jealous. I love that show. It was a fantastic time to go to that show. Um, see, Susan had Sew
There
Expo,
you are.
hand quilting, fabrics for a quilted coat she's going to make, and drove her neighbor to his cancer treatment on Wednesday. Oh, you've had a busy week. You've had a busy week, Susan. I think I've got all my papers. I think I do. Yeah, I think so. We'll find out later. We'll find out
Yeah.
later. Hi, Linda. Welcome in. We now have two Lindas in the chat. Glad to have you here.
Yes. No, thank you all for joining us. So,
Yeah.
how has your month been? Because I think this is like I say a lot of time. This is really the only chance I get to hang out with a lot of my content creator friends and see how they're doing and hang out. This is why
Yeah.
I like being a guest over here at your place and have guests on my channel as well because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise I don't get a chance to catch up with anybody. So
I don't either. I don't either. It's been okay. I had retreat last weekend, and that was amazing. We had somebody in the chat 24/7. So the Zoom retreat always runs for about 35 hours. So there was somebody there the entire time. Not
that's
everybody was
awesome.
awake, but there was
Yeah,
definitely somebody there.
I did not get a chance to get over to that. I would have liked to have, but last weekend we were extremely busy. I don't think I had like 10 minutes to myself really. So yeah, sadly did not make it over to that, but hopefully next time we will. I see Janet is here. She says
Oh,
she's late. I'm
Janet!
sorry. She said she had two root canals and suffering and pain. Well, we are thinking
Ouch!
of you and yeah, not at all envious on that one.
No, we are definitely not envious. Not
But
at
we
all.
are crossing our fingers and thinking good thoughts and praying for you and all that good stuff. So hopefully it's short-lived and you'll be back to normal sooner rather than later.
Very soon, very soon. Marlene's got a question. When do I sleep? I sleep. I don't. I don't stay up 20. I don't stay up all 35 hours straight. I would get in a lot of trouble with quite a few people if I stayed up 35 hours straight. So I do go to sleep, but somebody else is almost always there in the Zoom. And this time was definitely no exception. We had somebody hanging out, just keeping an eye on things and making sure if anybody showed up, they were welcome. All of that. So we got a good crowd in the Zoom retreat. We talked about all kinds of topics. We didn't talk about food that much. I was really shocked. We keep having to do a food chat every retreat, and this was the exception. Nobody wanted to talk
Really?
about food that much. I didn't know what to think.
I was gonna say that's how my lives usually are. We always end up talking about food at least once during a live. So
Yeah. Well, I started a new medication, and so I'm back on my schedule of taking meds at 10 o'clock at night. Are you okay? Are you okay?
yeah, this grazed the iron with my forearm, but it's fine. It was just a graze, nothing more. Hopefully I didn't say any bad words.
No, you didn't say any bad words. I'm just thinking of
Okay.
Monty Python. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Are you a Monty Python fan?
No, not at all. I've tried watching it. If I have insomnia, it's a great movie to put on because it will put me to sleep in about 17 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have not watched it in a long while, but that's the one that, especially all the college boys that were hanging around, a lot of my friends would say, oh, it's just a flesh wound when the
Yeah.
when his arm was cut off and such. Oh, it's just a flesh wound. No big deal.
But a lot of folks love that love that series. It's
hmm
just not it's not for me.
I
So,
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked it. It's usually because somebody else had it going. Somebody else had to go.
right.
Susan says people got to see what she bought at So Expo. Yes, we did. Absolutely love what you bought at So Expo. You had some good picks there, Susan. Fantastic, fantastic items that you picked up.
If it's what I'm thinking of, I think So Expo's one of those shows that has several it like travels from place to place throughout the year.
I think so.
That
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it comes up to Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is about a 2.5, 3 hour ride. Well, if there's
Okay.
traffic for.
Yeah.
Um, but I never make it there because it's always the same weekend or same time frame as when the Virginia State Fair is. And since I enter quilts into the state fair, um, I always go there instead. So
Yeah.
plus the state fair is like an hour closer. So
That makes sense.
usually by the
I
time I get there, I'm like I'm too I don't want to drive any further.
I'm lucky because our fair in our Central Wyoming fair is maybe 30 minutes away if traffic's bad. It's not usually even that far. It's like 15 minutes away from where I live, and then the state fair is about 45 minutes away.
Hmm,
So
that's not too bad.
yeah, that's not too bad at all. The nearest big quilt show is about 2 hours away. I know there was another one I didn't get to go to because of the retreat, but I'm planning to have another one in April. And Susan is agreeing with you that yes, they are the
Okay.
ones that do have the multiple
All right.
locations. Yeah.
Perfect. I thought so. So that is awesome. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it this year. Maybe I'll take a Friday off and just roll up the interstate and take a look because I've always been interested. I never
Yeah.
made it there,
That,
but you know,
check something off your bucket list.
yeah, maybe I will. We'll have to see.
Because
But
that
you
would
know,
be a
that's
bucket list for me.
yeah. But that's in September, and a lot of stuff can happen between now and then. So we'll have
True.
to just see how things go,
Okay.
and maybe we'll make it up there.
Yeah. Uh, I know that I look forward to that October quilt show in Gillette a whole lot just because it happens right around my birthday. So I always
That's
go to
fun.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, they've already got a quilt show and it's right in time for my birthday. I've got to go.
Yep.
My husband was not
Yeah.
amused the first year.
Yeah. We have a really nice show nearby. It's the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival,
Yeah.
and I did not make it to that one last weekend,
Oh
unfortunately. It's just,
no.
you know,
You're missing a lot of
first time.
stuff.
I know it's okay. Like it's the first time in like 5 years I haven't been able to make it, but we just had stuff that we, you know, had to get done around the
Yeah.
house and that sort of thing there. So,
Oh, it happens.
um, yeah, it'll be there next year, so it'll be fine. And we'll make it the Road to Virginia in end of June.
Okay.
One of the large guilds in this area has a really nice. It's a smaller show, but it's still very very nice. They have it every other year. That'll be in August, so
Okay.
I'll get to at least I'll get to at least 2 or 3 more shows this year. So
That would be
um,
a very nice way to spend the year.
yeah, so I would have liked to have gone to Mid Atlantic this year and checked it out, but it just it
Yeah.
didn't work out.
What
So
meant to be? What meant to be?
exactly, that's what I figured. If it was meant to be, meant to be. If it isn't, there's always next year. So
Susan says her county fair is less than 5 minutes down the road. Regional state fair is 45 minutes away, and state fair is an hour and a half away.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have
my
that many
state fair's
that close.
yeah, the state fair's about an hour and a half. We don't really have any. Um, we have a couple of county fairs nearby, but I don't think any of them do quilt
Oh, okay.
shows, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
which is disappointing because I'd love to enter. Like the city I live in doesn't have a fair at all. They have a Jubilee, which is basically Midway,
Oh, gotcha.
and that's about it. So I can't even because I'd
I
like to enter a county fair or two, but I don't know that I can.
Well, ours here isn't a county; it's just a regional, central region. Um, so that's what. If I get something done in time, I'll try to enter again this year. I have a plan to enter state, but I've still got to wait for my presser fit for my long arm to come in and see if I can get that up and running and get some quilts quilted. We've got quite a few Quilts of Valor that need to be awarded, and so that's kind of top priority. But yep, the Sew and Tell giveaway quilt done, so it's ready for April 14th. So I'm excited about that. It's not quilted, but it's pieced. So I've been working away at it. What are you guys
That's
up
good.
to tonight? It is a Friday
Yeah.
night after all. No
Well, I'm here hanging
parties?
out with you.
That's true. Hey Pam, welcome in. She just moved her bed frame to her new apartment. Movers coming at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That's amazing, Pam. That's
That
amazing.
sounds fun.
I'm excited for you. I'm so excited. You'll have to make sure you come to April's retreat so you can give us the grand tour.
Yeah. When in April is the retreat?
I haven't set a date yet.
Okay.
Just kind of waiting for everything else to kind of settle. All the random moving parts, I was waiting for that to settle before I set a date. Oh, hi, Chris. Welcome in. Good evening to you. Good to
Yes.
see
Good
you
evening,
again.
Miss Chris.
Sir Paladin, you are not getting treats right now. You guys can't
I
see him.
think
He's just off the side, and yeah, he's being.
I see the tail once in a while.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my two are asleep. They've
Well, we put up all of his toys so he couldn't get into anything and make noise tonight. But the moment that Sean got into the chat before we went live, Paladin was immediately up, starting to look for treats and look for things to get into. So we've cut him off at the pass this time. Pat says we have Frontier Days in July from the 17th to the 26th, but I'm hoping to not be around too many people. Yeah, Frontier Days is massive, massive crowds. Susan's trying to finish hand quilting her map panel quilt. I cannot wait to see that quilted, Susan. We saw a preview of it, but I cannot wait to see it finally finished.
Yeah, it's always interesting, like if you live somewhere where they have a big event like that, because like where I grew up, it was like the Australian equivalent of Nashville, and we had the Australian Country Music Festival
Oh, wow.
every January, and like the main street downtown was all closed off, and there was other streets. So trying to get around, from one side of town to the other was always a challenge, and that sort of thing there as well. So
Oh, yeah.
I totally get it. Yeah, it's
Like-
not too bad. here, like, yeah, the oceanfront gets busy this time, during the summertime, but I don't go anywhere near that place. Like, I live, you know, 30 miles away, so I'm pretty good. I don't have to worry about this oceanfront too much. I just don't go down there.
Yeah. Oh, when they would have events down in Biloxi when I was living down there, um, if we knew that something was coming, we planned for it because there's two different routes you could take to most things that we went to, and one was down the beach, and then the other wasn't. So when it was crowded, we'd take the it wasn't crowded route. It wasn't down the beach. We missed the beach while they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pam took her long arm down today, so she's tired. Yeah, I can
Oh yeah, that sounds
imagine.
like a that
I'm
sounds
not
like
looking
a
forward to
process.
yeah, I'm not looking forward to moving mine. I'm gonna move sometime in June, I think. We just got to get it set in stone as to what days and all of that. Susan works at she works at the fair each Labor Day weekend.
Well,
Okay,
that's fun.
that's a way to get in for free.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, Pat's saying about that Cheyenne Frontier Days that we have 3 or 4 parades during that Frontier Days. Oh, and Pat lives on the route. Ouch. You get to see the parade for free. You don't have to fight the crowds necessarily. You just go camp out early on and just have somebody watch your chair.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how I would do it. I do go watch our parade. We have 2 parades every year. We have one that's right after July 4th. We don't have a July 4th parade, but we have one that's right after that opens up our Central Wyoming Fair. So it's usually that Tuesday or Wednesday after July 4th or something. And they will block all of the roads, of course, to do the parade route. And then our Christmas parade isn't as big because they can't risk everyone freezing during the parade.
Right.
So they have to make the Christmas parade significantly smaller. Yeah,
See,
can't freeze the
it's
locals.
still weird to me that Christmas is cold. I've been here 20 some years. And you all saying it's cold at Christmas, and like, yeah, I remember when it's Christmas time that it's colder here, but yeah, like to me, Christmas is like when you go to the beach and you have backyard barbecues and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, absolutely. Oh,
It's
welcome in,
still
Barbara.
weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Barbara just joined the chat for tonight, so welcome in. Glad you are here. I'm having to figure out which color I'm using because I've got a lighter and a darker color, and I couldn't remember which one I needed to use next. I gotta use the darker one. Welcome, welcome. We have 3 or 4 parades during Frontier. Yeah, no, shouldn't have 3 or 4 parades during 1 week or 2 weeks. That's
I
just
know you
crazy.
think it want to be enough.
You would think so. They do call the Frontier Days the granddaddy of them all, talking
Okay.
about the rodeo. So maybe that's why they have so many parades for it. I know I've gone down to Frontier Days, I think twice now. I had doctor's appointments when I was there, and I managed to find somebody's yard that was charging for parking that was close enough to where I needed to walk in. And I just paid for the cheaper parking because it was cheaper than paying Frontier Day staff.
Right.
Chris says in Louisiana we have a parade for everything, even a puppy parade. Oh, that has to be
Now,
adorable.
the puppy parade I would show up to. Like that I would make an effort for.
Oh. So when we moved up here, we'd never been to a parade up here. You know, we had a few parades back in Alabama, and I do like parades because I think they're fun sometimes. And usually I'm going because somebody I know is in the parade or whatever. So our very first parade after we moved up here was the one in the summer in July to open the fair, the Central Wyoming Fair. And we had no prior warning that they bring water guns. and shoot the crowd with water guns. So you get wet if you're not paying attention. Or if any kids around you really want to get soaked by water guns that day, don't sit near them.
Right.
Let's see, the rodeo, along with the concerts, and some of the largest in the country. Yeah, that's true. The concerts are huge at Frontier Days. Susan says that she lives on the parade route also on the Saturday of the weekend. Her less than 5-minute drive is so much longer because of having to drive 10 blocks out of her way to get to where she parks. And Pat
And that's how it was when.
Yeah, Pat saying they live downtown.
It's kind of how it was when we had the country music festival. Like I would actually just ride my bicycle to work because like it was actually quicker to ride the bike than it was to drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I could cut through the part that was shut down.
Yeah, you can go the routes that they don't pave as much.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it kind of worked out nicely.
Susan says that in June they have dachshunds on parade in town. That's
Okay, where is
cute.
that so I can go visit that?
You knew that was going to get Sean's attention, didn't you, Susan?
Yes. I was actually going to tell a story like she beat me there's a small village about 30 minutes from my hometown called Nundle, and they have a dachshund race every year.
Oh,
I didn't find out about it until after I moved to America. Otherwise I would have gone. Um, but yeah, it's a little, yeah, they have a race every year where it's like across a cricket pitch or something like that, where they just let the little dogs go and one of them gets there. But yeah, they have a Dachshunds on parade.
you
I
would have.
have to find out where that is so I can go. I believe they do something like that in Germany as well. They have like this whole big parade full
Oh,
of Dachshunds and their owners. So apparently there's something like that here in the US. So
oh my
um
gosh.
yeah, I
I didn't
need
even
to
know about
know.
that.
But I
Yeah,
guess it's in Wyoming,
yeah.
Central Washington. Oh,
Yeah,
Central Washington State,
yeah,
Ellensburg.
yeah, she's in Washington.
I don't
She's
know,
out
don't
this
want to.
way. You can always stop in Wyoming on your way out there and come say
Yeah,
hi.
might have to. Yeah, I mean, I want to go to Washington State. Now you just give me enough of a reason to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I've got a retreat in September, so you can come to my retreat and then go to Washington and then fly home.
Yeah,
I'm just
we
adding
will.
to your itinerary, Sean. Don't mind me.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a 6 month tour. Like, you do realize I have to go to work once in a while.
Well, if they put you back at work from home, you should have to make sure you're in the hotel room to work from home, right?
Yeah, but working off a tiny little like monitor, like a working off a little laptop is not the easiest thing in the world.
No, it isn't.
Now that I have two monitors here and at work, I'm spoiled and going back to. Because like when the pandemic started and we all started working from home, I was just working off the laptop monitor because I was like, you know what, I'm going to make this work. I don't want to go ahead and.
Now
No,
you
hang on,
can.
no, I tell lies.
Okay.
I had one monitor. I took the monitor from the office with me.
Okay.
So I was working off one monitor and everyone else is using two or three, and I'm like, you know what, I'll be fine with one. But now that I use two on a regular basis, yeah, I'm not going back to one unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah. Hi, Andy. Welcome in. Glad you are
Yes,
here.
good evening, Mr. Andy.
So
Yeah,
good to
but no,
see you.
that whole Darksons on Parade sounds good. I think we'll have to.
Oh, we got to get him a timeline, Susan. Get
I'm
Sean a
looking it up
timeline.
now, so
Are you really?
yeah, you get me down a rabbit hole. Um,
Oh my gosh.
okay, yes. So there's one in Germany. There was 897 dogs last year in Regensburg, and then yeah, then the one in Josie Smith Fitzgerald Ranch. It's in Ellensburg, Washington, which is the one that she was telling us about, and that's in June. I think that might be the same weekend as Road to Virginia. So
Oh, yeah. Quilting takes precedence. Sorry.
yeah, that's a lot closer. Oh no,
Oh.
actually, that's the weekend before.
Oh,
So
is
I
it?
guess
Oh,
yeah,
you could fly up
I
there,
could.
fly up,
I
fly
wouldn't
till.
hold your breath waiting because as soon as I look up a airline ticket price, I'll be like, yeah, no, forget it.
I've had people already booking their airline tickets and booking hotel and all that to come up here. Um, yeah, it's an adventure. No matter where you travel to, it's an adventure. Absolute adventures. Let's see. There's something I thought of earlier, and now it's kind
Oh,
of
okay.
lost. I'm lost. I've lost the thought. The dachshund's got me too.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to make sense of this pattern, and it's finally starting to,
Oh, good. Finally getting there.
yeah, starting to click.
Yeah. I have a friend that's starting in Elizabeth Hartman, and it's the one with all of the animals, and they're holding the mini quilts.
Oh, I almost bought that kit at QuiltCon.
She
I want to
didn't
make that.
buy a kit, but she's planning to do it.
Yeah, no, I want to do that pattern. Like as soon as it came out, I don't know if she's here or not, but Chloe, she sent me an email like the day after it released, the day it released or the day after release, and she said I have to make it, and I'm like, yeah, I've already seen it, and it's on the list. And
Chloe is our quilt
couple,
drug dealer. I mean, she's got to be
yeah.
because
Oh,
she emails
I
me anytime something new comes out that's right along my lines, and I'm just like, I need that now. I need that now. That's not
yeah,
fair.
she's a wonderful lady. I got to
She
meet
is.
her a couple of years ago. She's fantastic. I love her dearly. And she's just, yeah, she's really good at pointing out stuff like, that I might find handy. Yeah, she found that pattern for me. I haven't purchased it yet, but I was at QuiltCon. I found a vendor there, and they had the kit and the pattern and the kit. I think it was like 149.99, which was a good price for all the
Yeah,
fabric that was in it.
it is.
And I was like, I don't know. Let me think about it. And so I'm wandering around looking at the other vendors, and I text Amanda, and she's like, "You should go get it." And I was like, "Okay." And so then I went back, and I couldn't find the vendor. I
Oh
wandered around for about 30
no.
minutes. I could not find them. And by the time I went back and found them, the kits were gone. So I was like, you know what? This
Oh.
wasn't meant to be. I'm not upset because I was originally wanted to do it with scraps because it's like because it's called show and tell.
Uh-huh.
And so I wanted to kind of do it with my own fabrics anyway. And I was just
Yeah.
kind of going to be, lazy and just do the kit. But I figured if it was meant to be, it was meant to be. And if it wasn't, then I'll just go back to plan A. So,
True.
yeah,
We do a lot of
it's all
Elizabeth
fine.
Hartman and
I'm
artists
not
from
at
her
all
kits.
upset. I know what the pattern is. I know where to get it. It just I'll have to do a little bit more work. Um, well, I still will have to cut the fabric anyway, so I don't
Yeah.
know. I just
Yeah. You
have
just
to
gotta.
source,
Yeah. You just gotta
pull it out of my
source it.
scrap bucket.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot cheaper if I do it myself anyway. So,
Maybe.
well, there we go.
That's what
Pat
we
says I
all
have to
tell.
go to Wyoming at least once in my life. I
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Um, I'd like to get back to Colorado again. So yeah, we'll get to Wyoming again one day. Well, I haven't been to Wyoming, but I'll get out to that part of the country again one day
You
for
need
sure.
to. Wyoming is everybody who says, well, you got to get out west, and they say Colorado. Um, I've driven through Colorado, and I mean, it's pretty. Don't get me wrong, Colorado is beautiful, but you don't see some of the same stuff in Colorado that you do in Wyoming.
Oh, for sure.
Wyoming has a lot of different things in it. Um, oh, Chris says that New Orleans also has a dachshund race every March.
See, I had no desire to go to that city up until now.
Oh, well, March is before Mardi Gras, so you wouldn't be in the mix of all the Mardi Gras parades
Well, I
where
don't have
there's
no reason to
massive
go in the city.
crowds.
I'll just go to those fairgrounds, see the Darkson race, and then just wander off. That'll be the end of it for me. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like I just don't know that it's a place that I have any real desire to go to. I thought about going there when I was in Alabama,
Hmm.
um, because it was like 5 or 6 hours, but there was a hurricane rolling
Oh, yeah, no.
through, and so I was like, no, I'm not going to drive all the way there. I ended up going to Montgomery and seeing the Biscuits instead.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I
Um,
remember you telling me about that.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, loved my time in Alabama. Would love to make it back down there someday again sometime. So.
They can keep
Yeah,
the
the Western
humidity.
states are so wonderful. The scenery is spectacular. I agree. I'd love to get back out to the West and explore a bit more. We spent a good week or so in Colorado. Loved every minute of it. The whitewater rafting through the canyon was great. We ended up doing two days through there. Although if you want really good whitewater rafting and you want some of the more intense rapids, West Virginia is hard to beat.
West Virginia has some really good
yeah,
whitewater rafting.
I
agree.
love I would go back to I would go rafting in West Virginia again in a heartbeat down the is it the New River? I think it is.
Oh, I went down the Ocoee, but that's just south of there. Hey, Susie, welcome in.
Yeah, it's a wonderful yeah, and that was Amanda's first whitewater rafting trip
Oh,
through class
really?
fours and fives and everything else.
Shoot.
Yeah, it was actually I think it was like everybody because I took Amanda, I took my dad and my sister. We all rafted the same day, and that was their first experience.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. I did that as a
hey, but
teenager. Loved it.
yeah, my first time was in Australia. I passed on an opportunity to do it in New Zealand one day, which I still regret to this day.
Oh, I would.
Um,
I would have been regretting it too.
well, part of me didn't want to spend the money, because, you know, I'm frugal. And then secondly, it was raining, but you get wet anyway, so I don't know why that would have been an issue.
That's true. That's true.
But I did
You
not,
don't get out of whitewater rafting without getting drenched most of the time.
no, but I did not pass up the opportunity to go snow skiing while I was there, which was good, you know. So
That's
that was a lot of
awesome.
fun.
Yeah. I haven't been
Yep.
skiing since I was a teenager either.
I haven't been skiing since like the early 2000s.
Oof.
Hell's Canyon has fantastic whitewater rafting. I gotta find out where that is now. So,
I haven't been through Hell's Canyon either. We
oh,
have
that's in
Hell's Saltpeter
Oregon.
here.
Okay. Well, so now you all gotta convince me to go out there now. I'm gonna go talk to my wife in the morning and go, okay, we're going out to Oregon and Washington State. She's like, okay, that sounds good. Why? Mm. Ah,
You
make
can always fly out this way and pick up a car and drive the rest of the way and then fly
yeah,
back, do a one-way rental. That would be a lot of fun too.
yeah. Just need to find the budget for it. That's all.
Well,
So
they're also cutting into your quilting time. I'm just saying, right?
I know, right? Okay. What am
We're
I
hitting
doing
squirrels,
here?
guys.
I'm supposed to be. All I'm doing here is chatting, and I'm not getting anything done.
I'm just your helpful reminder.
I know you're fine.
Susan says that she's going to get you out to Washington one way or the other, Sean.
Oh, I want to go out. I really do. Like all kidding aside, all joking aside, I do want to go visit Oregon. I do want to visit Washington State. I've seen pictures and videos and movies and that sort of thing of that part of the world, and it's one I'm very interested in seeing. I've been to Northern California. I've seen San Francisco, the ocean road down towards Monterey, Carmel by the
Mm-hmm.
Sea, the 29-mile drive or whatever it's called. Um, yeah, that's a beautiful part of the world, and it's well worth seeing at least once in your life. But yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
do want to get to Oregon. I do want to get to Washington State. So one day I will make it out there. I notice quite a few of my viewers out there. So like if I do make it out that way, we'll all have to, you know, pick a coffee shop in the middle somewhere and
I,
um have coffee.
I have an idea. Fly out here. I'll borrow my husband's car for the week or 2 weeks or whatever it's going to take, and then we'll go because his car you can fit in. My car you'd be cramped.
Oh, and they also have good quilt stores. Oh,
Yeah.
geez, now I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Right.
Do they have good yarn stores? Because I'm gonna have to, you
Yeah.
know,
There's
pawn that.
places
You
out
know,
there. Yeah.
I've got to make sure that Amanda has something to do while she's out there too.
Oh yeah.
So
There'll
yeah,
be
no,
places.
we will get out. Yeah, we will get out there one day. Whether is it going to be this year? Highly unlikely. Next year, I don't know. I do need to get back to Australia at some point too, before my niece and nephew that I've never met graduate high school. They're currently 3 and 5. Um,
Wow. I just had a new great niece born in February, and she just came home from the hospital and all of that. I don't know when I will meet her because they're up in Tennessee or down in Tennessee.
yeah,
So I don't know when I'll make it back that way or if they'll come out this way or whatnot. So
yeah, you'll figure it out.
yeah. Oh yeah. Eventually. Eventually.
Okay, everything's going all right. Yep. All right. Well, it's important to have good quilt stores.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Um,
Ellensburg is the middle of Washington. We have great yarn shop, 2 quilt shops, coffee shops everywhere.
well, that sounds like a place we can hang out. What's a good airport to fly into that's not going to cost me a fortune? Good night.
uh, they're just gonna rack up your. They're gonna make your budget for you, Sean.
Yeah,
Give
that's the
them an
only
inch.
problem.
They take the whole country mile. Oh, I do have to say I like my Add a Quarter Plus because it makes folding this paper so much easier. On this,
All right. So since we're talking about travel and everything else, why don't we put this question out in the chat? Is what has been one place that you've had the opportunity to go to that you have absolutely loved and would recommend to anybody? And
oh,
where would you go if someone is offering you an all expenses paid trip?
oh, there you go. Those are good questions. Oh,
So I'd love to hear your answer. And then yeah, everybody in the chat, or if you're watching a replay, let us know on the replay the answer to those two as well, because I'd love to hear that. So Tammy, where
gosh.
have you been that you would absolutely recommend to everybody that has
Mm,
they need to go to?
that's a good one because I've been so many places. I mean, I didn't get to do a lot of touristy things. A lot of the places I've been. I've been to LA. I've been to San Francisco. I've been to parts of Washington. I've been to parts of Oregon. Been to Colorado. I will say, I guess probably my favorite place that I visited that I kind of want to go back to see again. I'm not sure if I'd recommend it because I don't know if it's changed from when I was last there. Is Manitou Springs. It's outside of Colorado Springs.
Oh, I love that place. Yeah, it's such a nice little place. I
It is.
we loved our time because yeah, we went up and did the Pikes Peak Railway there, and then
Mm-hmm.
we stopped in a little downtown area. There was my
So
favorite part of being in Manio Springs was we had reservations for like a steakhouse or something. It was I forget what it was called.
yeah.
Had like a big coach outside the ones stagecoach, that's what it's called.
Okay.
But anyway, there was like a little shopping center and it had an old school arcade with all the old pinball machines and arcade
Oh.
machines and everything else like that. And Amanda and I spent probably like an hour and a half there before dinner, just having a great old time. She played skee ball till her heart's content. I was playing pinball and old school machines, and we may have spent 10 or $15 or something. We didn't spend a whole lot of money there, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like going back to your childhood and
Mm-hmm. Oh, those
we had the
memories.
best time there. Yeah, so Manio Springs really is one of those places that has yeah, I think of very fondly, and I would love to go back to that part of the world again.
Yeah.
Um, because it's not far from there either. No, hang on, that might be Colorado Springs. Where's that? Is it Seven Falls?
I couldn't tell you for
I think that
sure.
might be Colorado Springs.
It might be Colorado Springs. I stayed in Colorado Springs and we visited Manitou Springs, and we also visited. There's a wolf preserve outside of Colorado Springs.
Oh,
It is
okay.
just phenomenal. I didn't have a service dog at the time, so that was never not an issue back then. Um, but oh, it would be so much fun to be able to take and show more people kind of that experience because that was fun. That was fun getting to get up close and personal with the wolves. It was different. It was so very different.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I have not been up and close and personal with wolves. We're very fortunate. Busch Gardens, one of our local theme parks here, does a lot with wildlife, and they have, they show you the wolves and that sort of thing there as well.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a trainer. We actually knew one of the trainers there back in the day. She worked there for quite a while. I think she's now working down in the Tampa Busch Gardens.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I've never been up close and personal with them. I have pet a tiger back in the day.
Hmm. Haven't done that one. Haven't done that one.
Yeah, well,
That's
it
kind of
was in
sweet.
it was in a theme park in Australia. They had this big thing called Tiger Island where they,
Oh,
rescue tigers and that sort of thing there. And we all just happened to be walking through. I was walking through the area one day, and they had the tiger on a leash, and they said, "Do you want to pet the tiger?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Like when am I going to get this opportunity to do this again?
exactly.
And you'd figure like a tiger's fur would be kind of coarse, like a big
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Very, very soft. I was
Oh,
very surprised. Now, this was a juvenile tiger, so maybe when they get to be adults, they're not quite as soft. But yeah, when I was very, very surprised. It was just like petting a regular cat.
that's
Just
adorable.
just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So,
Welcome in, Fuzzy. Fuzzy's Adventures is here. Drop their channel link if you guys have not checked out Fuzzy's Adventures. Feel free to click over, give them a thumbs up, like, subscribe, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and make sure you hang out. Keep hanging out here for the live, but visit Fuzzy's every so often.
yeah,
Susan wants to visit the British Isles. Chris wants to go to New Zealand. Janet went
love
to
New Zealand.
Brisbane and would definitely go again and recommend. And Susan did say Yakima is the closest regional airport. It's 45 minutes or so away.
Okay.
Um, Susie hasn't been out of Wyoming much, so much to see here. She would like to go to Alaska and Hawaii. Marlene says that her husband and her took the Amtrak from Los Angeles to Atlanta, 2 nights on the train in a roomette, and 1 night in New Orleans. We absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I'd like to do the long distance train thing once at least.
Me too.
I've seen the roomettes and that sort of thing there. The question I have for Marlene is, did you find the roomette big enough for two
Oh,
people? Because you see them on like these YouTube videos and stuff, and a lot of people do it by themselves. It looks like it's enough room for them, but it kind of looks just a hair cramped for two. So I'd love to hear your input on that. I mean, it'd be definitely better than coach
yeah.
seating there, but I just do you get the roomette if you do that long distance? Would that be sufficient for two, or would you recommend possibly upgrading? Maybe paying a little bit more and getting like one of the bed. I think the next step up is the bedroom, if I think they call it, if I remember correctly.
And keep
So,
in mind, Sean is over 6 foot tall, so keep that in
well,
mind in your
I
answer.
kind of that I'm not super concerned about because like even at the bed, like at home, I curl up because I usually have two dogs with me.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that part. I'm just thinking like, being, in that space for, 48 hours.
um,
Um,
and she's already answered you. You should definitely go for the bedroom. It
Definitely go
is
for the bedroom. Okay.
slightly larger and
Yeah.
includes an ensuite commode.
Sweet commode.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
that's
just
key.
wondering. Like, I think if you're by yourself, the roommate is a fantastic option. From what I've seen, I've never been in one, but I was just curious. Having now that you've seeing someone that's done it,
Yeah,
I was just curious what their thoughts were on that one there. So,
I would totally do
um,
that too.
yeah, I think that'd be fun to do at least once. I've only been on Amtrak once. We did that a couple of years ago. We took it from basically Poughkeepsie, I think it was, or the
Okay.
next town up,
Yeah.
into New York City, because we went up to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. I'm gonna get no sewing done tonight, but that's okay.
um,
And I was going to take Amanda, and Amanda was going to go into the Yarn Festival on Saturday with a friend, and then and I was going to take the girls into the city. And so rather than driving in, I figured we'd just take Amtrak because it drops you off right smack bang in the middle of town.
that's a good idea.
And it ended up Amanda's friend wasn't able to make the trip, so we all ended up taking the train into New York City. And it's really nice because they have trains like from up there. They have trains like every hour, hour and a half. So,
Yeah,
we took the 9 o'clock train in, we got there at 10:30, and then we took the 7 o'clock train home. So worked out beautifully.
that's
So
awesome. Um,
yeah, no,
Pat said that they loved Busch Gardens when they were growing up. Fantastic place. Um, Fuzzy said just got over followers on this channel last week and got quite a variety of videos out on the channel last week on the channel. Congratulations. Yeah, absolutely. Send me an email, Fuzzy. That's fine.
yeah.
Marlene says she hasn't petted tigers, but she's petted a walrus. She doesn't
Wow,
recommend it.
okay.
He was quite smelly. Uh,
I'm sure.
and that was a trapped girlfriend, and I took to Mexico, and we swam with the dolphins. Now that was fun. I bet. Oh, hi Gladys, welcome in.
Yes, good evening.
Um, Mermitt Springs in Illinois near Paducah is a really great place to scuba dive. That's unexpected to me. Then stop at the quilt stores. Yeah, you got to stop at the quilt stores in Paducah. The wife and me scuba dive and quilt together. We have so much fun together. That's amazing, Bob. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm the worst at that. Like whenever we go somewhere, we end up at yarn stores all the time, but I never get around to going to quilt stores. Like I know when I went to Pittsburgh a couple of years ago, I wanted to visit some quilt stores, but the opening times of them were really weird because I was working remotely part of the time and that sort of thing
Oh,
there. But they'll open from like 10 to 2 or something silly
oh,
like that. And I'm like,
that doesn't really work.
no, I was like, forget that. So I just didn't. And plus, I figured if I didn't go, I wouldn't spend any money. So it ended up working nicely
That's true.
for me.
If you ever go to Paducah, go to Hancock's of Paducah. It is kind of like a
Yes,
rite
I
of
would like to.
passage.
Yeah, I thought about that. I've seriously considered going to Paducah when I went to Louisville 2 summers ago. I must have
Oh,
gone to Pittsburgh like 3 or 4 summers ago. Yeah, it was time flies. Yeah, Pittsburgh was 4 years ago.
gosh.
So, yeah, but it was like 10 or 11 hours from my home to Louisville, and then Paducah was another four. And I was like, I really do not feel like driving 4 hours one way, visit a quilt shop, visit the beautiful museum there, and then turn around and come back the same day. I was like, that's just a little much. So,
That is a lot. You need time at Hancock's of Paducah for sure. You definitely need that
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Um,
maybe next time. I'll get out there one day. So,
let's see. Chris says that they have some YouTube. Okay, talking to
yeah,
Fuzzy. Pat says would love to go to Hawaii. I need a volunteer to go with me.
I've been to the airport. That's as
Oh,
far as I made.
I have not. I've never been to Hawaii. That is one state I have not been to. I have been to Alaska though. I would go back to Alaska. I just wouldn't go back to Seward, Alaska. I would not go to South Alaska. I would go back to. Um, I visit Anchorage, but I really liked. Oh, and of course I can't think of names while I'm trying to think of names. My turn to look something up.
Yep.
I I did enjoy my trip to Alaska, but I've not had a chance to go back at all.
Yeah,
Um,
no, the closest I've been to Hawaii, I mean, I've flown over it a million times. And you always know when you're flying over Hawaii when you fly over the Pacific because you always hit turbulence over Hawaii. I guess when the
mhm.
air, the winds hit those mountains, it just pops it up. So
Oh,
there's actually been once or twice where you've actually seen the plane divert like 50 or 100 miles around the islands just to avoid the turbulence. So
yeah.
yeah, you can be dead asleep and then all of a sudden you're woken up with all the turbulence. So yeah, if you know if you fall asleep on a Trans-Pacific flight, put your seatbelt on because as soon as you hit Hawaii, you got to thank me for it. So
Yeah. Fairbanks, that's where I'm thinking of. Hey, James, welcome in.
okay, yeah. Good evening, James.
Fairbanks, Alaska was fun. The trip that I took was a photography trip with my college professors, and we got to go to this person's property, and they raise and train their own sledding team to run
Oh
the
wow.
Iditarod. And during the summer, what they do is they put the dog or attach the dogs to a wheeled sled. So it has wheels instead of being straight on the ground. And that's how
Right.
they do their training runs. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Yes, they do have a quilt store in Alaska, Chris. They do. I've actually ordered something from them before. I've had them send me something. Um, Susan wants to go the northern route in a train across the country.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that one will be fun. Um, but yeah,
oh,
whoever said New Zealand is, yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to New Zealand, it's well worth the trip.
Susie said that they took the train from Moscow to Perm, Russia. Unfortunately, it was in the winter. Would like to see it in summer. I bet. I bet.
Oh,
Um,
113.
Barbara
I
says
missed that.
the Empire Builder stops at my town on the Mississippi River. I need to know what the Empire Builder is. I need to know
It's
what
one
it
of the
is.
Amtrak routes.
Oh, is it? Okay,
It's
gotcha. I did not
yeah,
know
I
that.
think it's the one from Chicago to Seattle.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. Because there's also the Empire State, which is the one that goes from New York City up to Albany, but that's not the one she's referring to. The Empire Builder, yeah, I think Chicago to Seattle. Let's go look it up because now I have to know.
You have started something, Barbara. You've
Oh,
started
how about
something.
that? The Empire Building daily long distance passenger train, blah blah blah, between Seattle or Portland and Chicago, because apparently it
Okay.
splits off when it gets to Spokane, or
Oh,
however you pronounce it.
yeah, Spokane. Yeah,
Okay.
you got it right. Um,
Okay, how about that?
oh, good, Fuzzy. I hope you get that car soon. Um, Susan says that Susie's comment made her think of the film Dr. Zhivago, that winter train ride through Russia scenes. Oh, I can just, I can kind of picture it now, where you look out and there's nothing but deserted white, ground everywhere.
Oh yeah, I can just imagine. Tough.
Oh,
That's
I'm doing 2 at a time on this paper piecing. I've got my strip cut, and so I'm attaching one to one end and then the other to the other end. So I've got to do 6. I have to do 3 rounds. 3 rounds of put it together and flip it. These don't go very fast, no matter what I try. Log cabin style paper piecing does not go fast.
no, I'm like the world's slowest foundation paper piecer.
I'm not super slow at it, but this always slows me down because there's no way for me to really speed up the process in a measurable
Although
way.
the log cabins didn't take me a whole lot of time, like when I did these ones.
Oh, those are pretty. Oh,
Yeah.
those are courthouse, aren't they though? Because you can sew
Yeah, but
one strip on each
isn't the
side.
courthouse steps just a type of log cabin?
Yeah, it is, but you're
I
always
mean,
sewing opposite sides. So you can sew one
oh,
side and sew the
okay. I
other
didn't
and
realize there
press
was a
them.
difference.
Yeah, log cabin, every piece connects to the next one.
Oh,
Hey,
I didn't realize there was a difference. See, like
yep.
there's still a lot that I have to learn, and like I didn't really call myself a real quilter until I did that because I figured you have to do a log cabin as a rite of passage, and now apparently I haven't done a log cabin, so I
Oh,
still can't call myself a real quilter. So,
you are close. Hey, Nanette, welcome in. I'm working on skylights again, and Sean is working on the pug in Dog Park, is it?
yes.
Okay, the pug in Dog Park from Elizabeth Hartman. And Fuzzy says that Fuzzy applied to join my MeWe group. Perfect. I will go take a look at that after the live is done and get you in there. So don't worry, I will get you in there.
You just bear with me. I'm trying to trim this.
That's all right. I'm folding paper so I can trim and then fold paper and trim and fold paper and trim and sew some occasionally. Susie says when we got to Perm, it was dark and got off before the main station. It was like Dr. Zhivago for sure. It was 30 years ago. Ugh. I can't imagine going someplace brand new in the dark before cell phones. That is still a very foreign concept to me, especially if you don't know anybody or nobody that is there to meet you. That's got that whole the movies that we watch that scare us in our sleep kind of vibe going on.
So much easier to travel now
Mm-hmm.
because, like, even when we went to New York, I could just jump on the like I could just pull up Google Maps and get on the subway, and then I'd always have to do what I call my prairie dog when I came out because Google Maps will tell you which signs to look for to which exit to go to.
Uh-huh.
You can never find them. You
No, of
cannot
course
find them in
not.
those subway stations. So I just, after a while, it's just like, okay, forget this. I'm just going to walk out one of these exits and then I'll prairie dog, as I call it, where I just look for a cross street and then I can figure out where I was. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, without cell phones, that would be very difficult to do, as a visitor.
Chris says that you need to add a dachshund quilt to your lineup.
I
Is
need
there?
to find a new one, yeah, because I've done. Well, actually, I need to quilt some of the Dachshund quilts that I have because I have.
You have Halloweenies, right?
Yeah, the Halloween. Actually, yeah, I'm actually working on the Halloweenies.
Okay.
Where's it floating around? It's all Dachshunds. Is the pattern book here somewhere? Yes. So if you come back tomorrow morning to my live, you'll actually see me working on this.
I love that thing so much. I
Yeah,
think
we
it's
are
so
working
adorable.
on the vampire
Oh, you're
ween
working on that
over
one
here.
now?
Yeah, I did the face last week. If you saw last week's podcast, you would have
Okay.
seen the face. Actually, it's right here. And so that's his little face.
That's so stinking cute.
Yeah. So yeah, I am
Oh
working on
my
a Dachshund
gosh.
quilt. I actually have like 3 or 4 probably that I need to quilt. So I'll probably tackle that first. But if you ever come across a nice Dachshund pattern, um,
Send it to
send it my
Sean.
way. Say, hey, Sean, have you seen this? Because if I haven't and it looks really good, then that answer will change very quickly. So
Just tell him that he needs a birthday present from you, and you're going to send it to whatever undisclosed postal service option he wants to give you.
I mean, you don't have to buy it. I mean, you just got to tell me about it. I'll go get it I can go get it myself.
Okay,
I'm not.
look a gift horse in the mouth. I see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to gift it to me, I'm not going to say no, but I'm not expecting you to do that, is what I'm saying. So,
Oh, I know.
um,
I think everybody knows you wouldn't expect it. And that's why I
yeah,
suggested
but
it.
no, I am always on the lookout for a good Darksun pattern. So yeah, as I said, if you see one that I haven't, that you think I might enjoy, please let me know. You can email me, you can find me on Discord, you can message me on Instagram, or put a comment on a video and say, "Hey, Sean, here's what I found," and I'll go look for it. So, whatever way works best for you works for me.
I check my messages too, guys. Just saying. Susie says campers go to Russia. We had coordinators with us. Oh, okay. That would still freak me out just a little bit. Arriving to a town in the middle of the night. I don't know if I could do that nowadays. I don't know if I could. That might be a little too. I don't know. I was told not to ever do it. Kind of level.
Yeah.
I might not have the courage for that one.
All right. So we've got that.
Oh.
Now we can put.
Hey, I got one, two, three. I got 4 more pieces to add to everything.
Why does that not look right? Oh, it is. Okay. Hallelujah.
I ask myself that with Elizabeth Hartman and our East projects all the time. Is why does
Yeah,
that
and
not
I'm
look
also
right?
one of those crazy folks that, I've been at work all week and it's almost 11 p.m. on a Friday night where my brain is fried. And what am I should I be doing something simpler? Absolutely. Am I? No.
Of course
I mean, I,
not.
I mean, I could have worked on this, but I would finish this way too quickly. I would be, well, the rate I'm talking tonight, probably not. But if I had left that for tonight, I probably could have done that without too much hassle.
All
But
right,
that's okay.
are you ready for the next squirrel? Sean, do you
Yeah.
have Dogs on Parade by Elizabeth Hartman?
Dogs on Parade. No, I don't think I do.
Susan, you're good at the squirrels tonight. You're good at the squirrels.
Dogs on Parade. I didn't know she had another. Oh, hang on. Dog Park.
Is Dog Park the same as Dogs on Parade?
Apparently so. What are you
Oh.
doing?
Is it?
Speaking of dog, oh, now he wants to rip out my cord. Yes, just go. Off you go.
When I worked at the call center, I had a service dog already then, not Paladin, as pre-Paladin, had Bones, and they had to give me a wireless headset because Bones would adjust on his bed underneath my desk, or he would get up to check on me, and he would invariably unhook me from my customers.
Mm-hmm.
So we do as many wireless things as we can here.
Yes, absolutely.
Susan says Dogs and
Yes.
Sweaters is the one that she has.
Yes, I have not got that one. My sister purchased that pattern the last time she was here. I've done a pattern that's similar to that in the past. Yeah, and then the Dogs on Parade, I think, is Dog Park, which is the one I'm currently working on as well. I
Okay.
don't think she has any others, but if you do find one, yeah, please let me know.
Does Art East have
'Cause,
a dog one? Not Art East.
uh,
Does Legit Kits have a dog one?
they have a Labrador,
Oh, that's right, they
I think it's a
do.
lab. Um,
Because I've thought about that one. Thought about doing that
yeah,
one, but I would kind of want the kit, but then again, I'm not sure because it wouldn't be the right colors for Paladin.
yeah. I, with legit kits for your first one, buy the kit. You'll
Yeah.
thank me later. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
I've got, I was gifted Starry Night without a
mm,
kit, so I've been looking at the kit possibly, but I'm not going to be starting it before the retreat. So anybody that has fabric from that and wants to bring it to the retreat, you are welcome to. I think I've already got somebody who's already made a promise of bringing me something for it. So I may wait to start it until after the September retreat.
yeah, there's actually like I've been saying for the last year or two that I do not want to buy another legit kit until I finish Toasty.
Yeah, yeah.
But those nice folks at Legit Kits have brought out a new pattern called the
Oh,
Kookaburra,
I saw that one.
and yes, and it's probably a good thing I didn't go to the Mid Atlantic show last week because Legit Kits has a booth there. Because if I had have gone, I probably would have had that at least a pattern
Yeah.
in my cart and wandering home with me there. So, and then word on the street because I was talking to Mike Odell, who's the founder and I guess he's the CEO anyway,
Yeah.
owner, whatever you want to call it. I was asking if there was more Australian animals on the way, and he kind of hinted that there very well could be in the near future.
That would be
So,
awesome.
um, yeah, I also told him that was probably dangerous for my bank balance to know that information. So, um,
Of course it is.
and of
Susan
course
said,
he just smiled at me. Wonderful dude, like very very
yeah,
nice gentleman. It was really nice to be able to um, sit down and talk with him for a few minutes at QuiltCon. So.
yeah.
I should have asked him for an interview and come onto my podcast. I missed an
Uh,
opportunity there. Oh well.
yes,
Anyway,
yes.
it's
uh,
okay.
Susan says Art East has tail wags, which she also has.
Yeah, I think I have that one. I have so many of their I need to finish stuff so I can actually do some more patterns of theirs. Yeah, because I think the next one of theirs I want to do once I finish the current ones is the bear one.
Okay.
Oh, I have it floating around here somewhere for anyone that's interested.
You just
Here it
have one
is.
sitting around. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, because I want to make this as a retirement quilt for one of my co-workers who retired back in October.
That's
So
adorable. Yeah.
that one's next, and that one looks fairly easily. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it looks fairly easy. Um,
You've got
yeah,
a
they
lot of
also have one
negative
that's
space with it, but yeah.
yeah, and it's a smaller quilt too, which will be nice. So that
Mm-hmm.
one should be fairly easy. There's like one of Otters of Ice Creams that I have. I want to make that one. The one with the Scottish Highland cows with the tams on
Mm-hmm.
top. I have that one as well, and I really want to make that. So yeah, there's quite a few of their patterns that I would love to make and plan to make at some point. I just need to. I'm trying not to start anything new until at least finishing piecing some tops.
Good luck with that idea.
Well, so far in 2026, I think I've been pretty good. I don't think I've started any new quilts yet, so that'll change next month when Second Star to the Right arrives.
I'm about to say, I can't say the same. I cannot say the same. I have already started quilts. I've got one that is still basted and needs to be quilted. I just have to get some of this other out of the way to have the mental energy to commit to it, to finishing it. But I've also got to buckle down as soon as that foot arrives for my long arm and do nothing but quilting until I get a lot of quilts done. Much to the
Yeah,
annoyance of my neighbors.
I need to get some quilting done too.
Well, I've got the one that's on the frame right now is started. So I'm refusing to move it until I get to do some more on it and get it quilted and get it taken off properly. I don't want to ever take another quilt off without being completely finished with it.
Oh,
Had to
for
do
sure.
that
Yeah.
once, and that was a nightmare.
Yeah, I
Not-
probably won't get a whole lot more done this next week because I'll be helping my wife out with the school play.
Oh,
She does all the sets and designs, and
yeah.
I have a list that's ever growing of stuff that needs to be done the next week. So, but after that, I should be freed up a little bit.
Oh, Chris, she said only has 8 projects in various stages. Only 8?
Hey, that's pretty good.
You are my idol. I have more than that. Quite a few more than that. I've knocked out a few this year already.
Yeah,
But
I'm in the firm belief that as long as you're enjoying yourself, don't even worry about the number.
I made the mistake of counting how many works in progress that I have, and I ended up stopping at a certain point with to not count the ones I wasn't going to attempt to work on this year. So out of the list of things that I could work on, I stopped at a certain number. And then somebody made an offhand remark, I think it was at a retreat, and their comment was, yeah, but how many tops do you have?
That's a
And
whole different video.
that is a whole different video. That is a whole different process. But I counted, and that number is just as bad as my works in progress list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all kinds of different varieties of projects going on right now. Fuzzy, right? All kinds of projects. All kinds of projects.
Yeah. I think being a content creator makes it, more challenging too, because you always want to have, especially for myself, that has a weekly podcast showing what I'm doing. I always want to have something going on. But my tastes change, like what I want to work on today. Like if I have a particularly mentally draining day at work, I may want to come home and work on something simple, and then other days I want to work on something more complex. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love folks that can do what I call monogamous quilters, where they can, they start one project, they work on it from start to finish, and don't touch anything else until they're done. I admire those people, that they can do that, and I think it's wonderful that they can do that. If
I
you're waiting
just,
for me to, yeah, if you're waiting for me to do that, you'll be waiting a very long time.
yeah, I was about to say, I just don't
That
understand them. It's not that I don't admire them, I just don't understand them.
Hey, everyone works differently, and if that's how you operate and that brings you joy at the end of the day, then that's what you need to do. But yeah, if you expect me to join you, I'm gonna cheer you on. I'm gonna tell you good job, and I'm proud of you for every project that you get done. But I will never be a monogamous quilter like you are, unfortunately.
I'll bring the popcorn and you and I will sit and watch them.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. Because I'm not gonna join that camp either. I have
Oh,
to
I
be able
did
to take a
this.
break from a project every so often. Like if I go to a so day or something, I can take just one project and work on that just one project, but it has to be the right project. If I take
Yes.
just one project and I get frustrated with it, then I call it a day way too early. So I usually take a second or third project to work on if the first one doesn't pan out. Now, this most recent one, I took 3 projects and finished 2 to the next steps. So they needed
Oh,
to come
that's
home and they're ready for the next steps. Um, but
all right.
I'm kind of proud of myself for that.
Okay, so I've goofed something up here,
Uh oh.
and that's okay, because in about a minute, you guys are going to be my sounding board, and you got to tell me whether I have to rip this out and do it again, or if we just got to leave it.
Oh, you're giving us options. You know that that's dangerous in the quilting world, having options, right?
Well, I'm just going to get your opinions. The final decision will lay with me, of course,
Okay.
because if I have to pull out Jack, then it's going to be my work, and I'll have to cut out a lot more fabric. But I'm just curious to see what you think,
Okay.
and whether it's going to be something we have to redo or if it's just going to be the design element. Just
I
bear with
like
me a second, Wyatt.
I like design elements.
I'm leaning towards that too.
Now, if we're talking
But
about, putting a frown on there instead of putting a smile on, I don't know. But
okay.
we'll have to see when you're ready.
All right, so this is my doggo's face.
Okay.
These here, these little triangles with the light color fabric are supposed to be on the corners.
I think it would still be okay. I think everybody in the chat needs to weigh in.
Yeah,
Now, if you did want to fix it, instead of ripping everything apart and taking the pieces completely out, rip just the light triangles out, replace it with brown triangles of the same color, and
yeah,
then move those triangles to where they are supposed to be.
yeah.
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
the quick and dirty fix.
Yeah,
What do you guys say? Can he leave it? Can it be a design element? Um,
yeah. I'm just interested to see what folks say, because if we need to fix it, then we're gonna have to
it's gonna
pretty
be
much
it's gonna be some ripping.
stop.
Susan says that her first new project that she's going to do is going to be the bullpup wall quilt for a teacher she worked for. The classroom is set up in bulldog/pup things, and the school mascot is Spike the bullpup. That's cute.
That's fun.
Appropriately enough for today, that he's working on a bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
I would
This is the
personally leave it probably. Yeah, it's part of the cheeks, then that.
yes.
I mean, bulldogs come in different colors,
Yeah, well,
different
this is a
markings.
pug, not a bulldog,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
unfortunately.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stand
I really
corrected.
don't want to rip it out.
I would say make it a design element.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Because ultimately, are you going to be okay looking at it?
Well, it's not staying with me. It's going to a dear co-worker of mine, who also retired quite recently. And she will love it just because I made it. She will
Then,
not care.
then it's a design element. That is exactly what
Yeah,
it's going to be.
yeah.
I would not fix it.
I don't think I'm
Yeah,
going to.
Nanette agrees with me. She says she would call it a design element unless it really bothers you.
I don't think it's gonna bother me enough. I really don't. Because yeah, she's not gonna care. You know, I'm gonna push forward.
Yay! And they are symmetrical. Yes. Oh no, no, no! You can't swap them. Not that
No,
part.
because the eyes are gonna be yeah.
Chris
Whoops,
says it
hang on,
probably
what did
wouldn't be noticeable. She would fix hers, but since your friend is not going to be seeing the pattern and the quilt at the same
mm-hmm.
time, she's not going to know that
Right.
it was your decision versus the designer's decision.
Right.
So that could just kind of be your signature
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
this quilt.
she is not going to be concerned. She probably wouldn't even notice, she's just going to see the quilt with all the different dogs on it. And yeah, if I was putting this into a show or something like that, then yes, I would have to rip it out and redo it, because that would be like, to a quilt judge, I'm sure it'd be noticeable.
Yeah. Marlene says as long as pugs aren't her favorite, let it be.
Yeah, I don't think pugs are a favorite.
Nanette says that you could add the light to the other corner also if it would not look out of place.
Well, I've already signed over that seam. I already moved on.
Yeah, he's already made that decision. It is
I
officially a
appreciate
design
y'all's
element.
feedback. It's nice to hear some validation. So this is kind of how it looks with the,
I think it'll be fine.
yeah. I think once we put the ears and everything else on there, plus, dogs have different markings,
They
even the
do.
same breed. So,
Yeah, they definitely
um,
do.
if anyone asks, that's what I'm going to tell them. Plus, yeah, she's not going to worry about it.
Susan's answer, she says, I know I would fix it because if I noticed to see it's wrong, I would forever see it wrong. Yeah.
And again, if it was
If it was staying with Sean,
something
he'd
that,
fix it.
if it stayed here, then yes, I probably would. And it's not that I'm trying to diminish it because it's not staying here with me, but yeah, it's one of those things, like, if I and I totally agree with what you're all saying. Like if it was something that you had to look at for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, yeah, that would be different. But because it's going to a new home and the recipient's not gonna be bothered by it, then
Yeah, exactly.
it creates a whole different story.
Well,
So,
well, my condos are coming together. They're not there
oh,
yet,
very nice.
but they are coming together. So all 6 of the ones I have to do are to this point now.
And that's true. Yeah, it'll keep your coworker warm regardless of placement. Yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's so true.
Got to make sure I'm folding the right side now. So I got to go back to the lighter side. Yeah, I like when you can do a design elements and it just makes it your own.
Mm-hmm.
If she ever sees the pattern and asks you about it, just go, I saw a
I'll
pug
just
with
tell her the truth. Hey, I
just
made a mistake and I figured it looked just fine, as a design element. And but the chance of her seeing the pattern and noticing it and then saying something, it's about one in a million. So
there you go.
she's just going to be happy she has gotten something. I
Yeah.
made a quilt I made a t-shirt quilt for her a couple of years ago. Her brother passed away,
Oh,
and I said, "Give me your t-shirts, I'll make you a quilt."
that was
And
sweet of you.
yeah, I love this woman dearly. She's been a wonderful coworker of mine for 10 years, and basically the family to me. So I was um happy to do it. This is kind of how it looks now that we've got
Oh,
the
that
full
I think
cheeks on
that
it.
yeah, I think that'll be fine.
Yeah, I think once by the time, unless like you're a hug enthusiast, I don't think you'll even notice like
Mm-mm.
until I told you. So
Or you'll just think the designer that made the pattern didn't know what a pug looked like.
yeah,
That would be my
poor
thought
Eli-
process.
poor Elizabeth Hartman's got to be like,
Poor her. Poor Elizabeth. Poor Elizabeth. Um,
yeah.
so I went to go do a class today at the library, and a very dear friend of mine also apparently signed up for the class. I didn't know it, but our library has this creation station. Amazing, amazing thing. I think it was all done through grants from the University of Wyoming for all the libraries. And so, like, we have sewing machines at the library. We have 3D printers. We have laser engravers or laser cutters or whatever they're called. There's leather working tools, which I didn't know about. Um, there's just so much there. And so every month there's a new class schedule, and you can sign up for one class per month. So I signed up for a leather class today, and I was super excited about it because they featured gnomes. I was like, I can't turn down the gnome class, and it's something I want to learn how to do. Even if I don't ever use it again, I will at least have a little bit of knowledge of what I'm doing or what somebody would be doing with leather. And I get there, and my dear friend has shown up. And she's one of those people you can't put us in the back seat of the car and expect us to behave. If you put us in the back seat of the car together, we're going to annoy everybody and be the mom, are we there yet? We're going to be those people. Just because we're mischievous. And so we sat there and had a good time and cut up the entire time we're in class. And we're going to leave, and my friend has a son about my age, so she's up there, old enough to be my mom. And as we're leaving, one of the other ladies thought that we were actually mother and daughter, and started talking to my dog because Paladin turned around to look for his friend because he loves her just like I do. Paladin turned around to look for her, and this other lady who doesn't know us, really doesn't know us, started telling Paladin, "Are you looking for Grandma?" Talking about my friend. So apparently I adopted a mom today.
That's funny.
I was just rolling laughing because the lady had no idea that we're not at all related. But it was funny. Yes, Chris, we do have an awesome library. It is fantastic. A lot of the libraries in the state have the creation stations. I needed an easy day. I needed a very easy day at one point. So I signed up to go sew and make a coaster. Or not a coaster, a hot pad. So I went to go make a hot pad at the sewing machines. Just to go check it out and have a brain free day sewing and all of that. And so I've done that, and Mr. Siberian Wind and I went and made Christmas ornaments in December. They laser cut this piece of wood for us. And so we had all these little pieces and parts, and you had to scrape paper off of them and then paint them and then assemble. And so that was unique. I'd never done anything like that before. And then this leather thing was definitely unique too. Never done anything like that either. So it's been really interesting. You can sign up for one per month, and it's definitely worth signing up for.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because like we'll talk about that off camera, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Tammy that, when I was in high school many, many years ago, because our high schools are year 7 through 12, not 9 through 12 like they are here
Okay.
in most of US and Canada.
Yeah.
And in 7th and 8th grade, they had you go through the entire curriculum. Every course that the school offered, you did at least a semester of.
Okay.
So that way, when you got the ninth, so that by the time you finished 8th grade and you were ready to select your elective classes for 9th grade, you actually had an idea of what courses you were signing up for.
Nice.
So, which was nice. I think it was very nice that they did it that way. There were some
Smart.
courses like home economics, like sewing,
Yeah.
which I absolutely hated that sewing class. With a passion, I hated the sewing class. I hated my music teacher. Her and I
Oh.
just did not see eye to eye. Um, but we also did a lot of the shop. We did metal work, we did woodwork, leather work, plastics, and that sort of thing. There, it was really neat. Even though I didn't take any of those courses,
Yeah.
it was nice to be able to at least try them and see what was a good option for you. I guess they
Yeah.
didn't have as many kids drop courses and change courses and that because you already kind of knew what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah, exactly. I wish our schools here did that. I don't think they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, they
Well, I
don't. They
think
also
it's
don't offer those kinds of classes.
yeah. Agriculture. Yeah. That's where I learned how to drive a tractor.
Oh my
Was in
gosh.
agriculture. Yeah, because we had like a little field attached to the school. So you get down there and you grow I think we grew radishes and carrots and that sort of thing there. We also learned how to drive a tractor.
Gosh.
Um
That would have totally
what
been
else
the class I took, just so I can drive the tractor. That would
yeah, well,
that would have totally been my class.
what else did we have? Your normal core classes, yeah, foreign languages was French, German, and Italian. We
Okay.
didn't learn Spanish because, there's no real need for Spanish in Australia because there's no one within a million, well, very few people within a million miles
Yeah.
to speak Spanish down there. They were starting to teach Japanese just right as I was leaving.
I
Trying to
had
think what else they had.
I had a lot of friends taking Japanese or Chinese and other languages
Yeah,
like that. My school only offered Spanish. Hey, Joan, welcome in. She says, hi, Tammy and Sean. Forgot you two were on tonight. Happy Friday to you two and all in the chat. Thank you.
I forgot too until Tammy texted me this afternoon at like 1 o'clock and said, "Hey, here's the links
Yeah,
coming tonight." And I'm like, "Oh, is that today?"
it is today. Yeah. Nanette says I can come to her house and I can drive a big tractor or a small one. Thank you, Nanette. I might have to take you up on that eventually. Just don't put me
Yep.
to work too hard, okay? I need frequent breaks.
Yeah, I learned how to drive one of those zero-turn lawnmowers at my dad's house the last time I was
Oh,
down there.
yeah. I have
Those
driven one of those.
those were fun.
I'm trying to remember if I got to drive the tractor at my first mother-in-law's house. They had several acres, but when I lived there, I was pregnant, so I don't remember what they would let me do and not let me do. But I do remember helping mow the grass, so I at least drove one of the mowers. I don't remember if I had the pull behind mower behind the tractor or if I was on the zero turn. I can't remember.
I've used both, I think they sent me outside once at my old job to go mow the grass with the tractor, with the one behind it. So I think I've
Oh,
done that. I've driven a train when I was younger, a
I haven't
paddle
done
boat.
that. Yeah, I've done
Yeah,
paddle boat.
yeah. Have no one's let me drive a plane or a helicopter yet. If anyone wants to give me a shot at either one of those, please let me know.
Oh,
So yeah, I've done trains and automobiles. I'm still waiting for planes. So
do you not have? They might have flying lessons nearby.
yeah, but that costs money, which I
Oh,
could be
okay.
spending on fabric.
We have our priorities, guys. We have our
Yes,
priorities.
we. Plus, I got to save up my money so I can go to Washington State and hang
Hey,
out with
you, you still got to come here. You still got to come to
Oh yeah, that
Wyoming.
yeah, my amazing not Western Australian. Um,
Western
you can tell it's
Washington.
getting
For
you can tell it's getting late here.
yes,
And I'm not going to bed after this because after this,
it's a Formula
we are
One.
watching the Formula One qualifying in Melbourne.
Oh,
One of my exchange students, Nadi, is just as big a Formula One fan as I am, and so we watched pre-practice before this live, and then as soon as this one ends, we'll be watching the other one until about 1:30 in the morning, and then I'll be up at 6:30 to get ready for my next live. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
so stay tuned. And in 10 and a half hours, Sean will be back to share with you guys how awake he is or is not.
Yes. Well, thankfully, I have Steve and the Idiot Quill to join me tomorrow,
Oh, yeah.
and he likes to talk. He'll tell you that himself.
Yes, he will.
So I
He
just
does
plan
like
on
to
letting
talk.
him talk and talk and talk and talk, and if I'm half asleep, it'll be okay. So
Oh, Marlene, you're awesome. Jones asking what we're making. I am working more on skylights. I am trying to fill in more of the condos. There's supposed to be 8. I've only got 2 completed. And Sean is working on the pug from Elizabeth Hartman's
with a design element.
dog park. Yes, yes, we have a design element. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. When nobody's watching you, can have a lot of fun on tractors and caterpillar loaders. I bet. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be just fine. I think the
Oh,
design
I'm not
element
worried
will
about
work
it.
well.
We've moved on,
That's
so
true.
it's
That's true. Marlene says that Sean, you need to come to Wyoming in September for Tammy's retreat. Thank you. Thank
I'd love to. I really would. I just don't know the it's going to happen, unfortunately. I may need to be somewhere else at that time of year, unfortunately.
you. Well, we're still going to keep crossing our fingers. You have until August 8th to sign up.
Okay.
So that is the
I will
last possible cutoff.
we will see. If I can, I will. I just don't want to give you all false hope.
Oh, I know. So Marlene, thank you for the plug, and I'm still working on him. I'm still working on him. Only farm vehicles that Susan's driven were her grandfather's ancient pickup and her kid's grandpa's Gleaner wheat combine. I have not driven a combine.
No, actually I haven't driven one of those either. It's one of the few vehicles I haven't been given the command of.
Hi, Donnell. Welcome in.
Well, she's up late.
She is up late. Could you not sleep? I mean, I'm glad you're here. I'm just, just being honest.
I know, yeah, because I've got a musical to go to after my live as well.
Oh
So
shoot, you are gonna have a
yeah, I'm gonna
busy
have
day
to really
tomorrow.
drink my coffee tomorrow morning. High caffeine, because otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep and
Stop, stop for an
I'm not gonna be real.
espresso along the way.
Well, I can do that here.
Oh, okay. See, I don't drink coffee, so don't even know what it takes to make an espresso. So,
Well, I think I've mentioned this before, but if you're ever looking for something of high caffeine, you go for a light roast.
oh,
Most
okay.
people think the dark roast is the high caffeine, but it is not. It's the light roast because as you roast the coffee, you actually cook the caffeine out of it. So you
Oh,
make a trade-off. Yeah, you either go for a bolder taste or you go for more caffeine. So yeah, if you're reaching for that dark roast and wondering why it's not waking you up as much as your medium or your light, there's your answer.
we are getting an education tonight, folks. Just finished
Yeah.
watching the entire series of Stranger Things on Netflix. Oh, I have not watched any of the new Stranger Things that's come out. I watched to the point where they had it before, but I didn't. I haven't watched if they've put anything new out from Stranger Things.
They did the last season. I think it came out like 2 or 3 months ago. The girls are
Oh,
watching it. I've
no, I
seen
hadn't
the
watched that
last.
part.
Um, I've watched the first couple of episodes. I want to be able to. I want to be able to watch it. I I need to like sit there and focus and actually like laser focus on it and not try and do something else at the same time.
Yeah, Stranger Things is
Um,
a focus show. You gotta be
yeah, and
focused on
I
that.
struggle with those. But yeah, I do want
Yeah,
to watch it. I might have to drag the girls to kind of explain what's going on because once I get lost, there's no bringing me back.
yeah,
So, yeah, I might have to convince Nardi or Lily to help me out with that one. I'm sure they would if I asked them to.
yeah. Donnell
So,
says that her youngest son got her hooked on it. Um, that's why the breakfast blend is a lighter roast, says
yes,
Mommy.
that's very true.
And
Yeah.
Pat says that
Um,
they told somebody about that light roast and they didn't believe me. Oh
well then,
no.
go back and tell them that they are wrong. That you've spoken to a fully trained barista, which is quite true. I have been fully trained as a barista. I used to do that. For quite a number of years, for several years. And it was interesting because when I first started doing that, I didn't drink coffee.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
which ended up being a good thing because like when you're calibrating the machine, if you weren't, I could kind of look for that bitterness versus sour to kind of adjust the machine and that sort of thing there. I think it's sometimes better if you don't drink coffee, when you're doing that sort of stuff. So,
Yeah, I definitely don't drink coffee. I walk into a coffee shop if it smells too much like coffee. I struggle to stay in the coffee shop.
I always like the smell of it.
The smell doesn't bother me as long as it doesn't smell burnt. Usually,
mm,
if it's too strong, it's because it smells burnt to me.
yeah.
Especially since I don't drink it, I kind of don't want the burnt smell in my nose.
Yeah, no, I do love a good cup of coffee. I did have to stop on the way out of QuiltCon the other week, because I was starting to feel a bit tired as I was leaving QuiltCon. I was like, I really don't want to drive 3 hours home half asleep, and I found a really nice coffee shop between the convention center and my parking garage, and so that worked out really
They
nicely.
were probably making a ton. That,
Um,
uh,
Not really, because it was most people parked in the garage was like right next door to the convention center. I parked about half a mile away. It was like a
oh,
10 or 15-minute walk because I know where that garage is, and I didn't want to have to, I could get in and out of that garage really easily, whereas the ones near the convention center are a lot busier. So, yeah, not necessarily.
yeah.
But they still had a good crowd from just like regular people wandering around because there was like a lot of food, like restaurants and stuff nearby as well. Very nice coffee. I really enjoyed my drink of coffee as I was driving down the interstate going home. I'm very glad that I had it. So,
Pat says, "Gotta have my coffee or don't talk to me." Donnell says the best smell first thing in the morning is the smell of coffee beans. And then Chris has got a question: does chicory make a difference? I don't know.
to the taste, I guess. That part I don't know.
Okay.
Um, I guess if you want that sort of taste in your coffee, you can. I never really messed with the chicory, so I don't know. I couldn't answer that one way or the other. I don't want to say yay or no, and then
Be wrong on that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I'd rather say I don't know and rather than guess and make an idiot of myself later on.
Yeah. Donnell and Joan were talking about that last season of Stranger Things. Apparently, it's very deep.
Yeah, that's what the girls were saying too. So, um,
The last that I saw of it was pretty deep as well. So
yeah.
if the newer season is even deeper, I'm not sure if I'm up for that.
Yeah, the bits and pieces I saw of it was very dark, very yeah. So I mean, if they're saying it's deep, I would. From the bits and pieces, I was trying not to watch it because I didn't want to see the end and not to be the beginning and the middle. So
Joan
yeah,
says
no, I
her husband and kids watched it, but she couldn't. I don't blame her. The last of what I saw was pretty intense and kind of weird. And just
yeah,
I mean, it's weirder than weird for Stranger Things even. I mean, I watched Supernatural, and some of that got weird, especially at the end. but not Stranger Things weird. And I also saw Riverdale, and
Mm-hmm.
the ending of Riverdale was also some kind of shades of, I don't know what they were thinking. Susan says seems like a lot of series get darker in later seasons. I think so too. I think so too. I think that's how they do it to draw you in, and by the time you're drawn in, then you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You just can't let go. You've got to watch it, and that's what they're counting on. Donnell says she loves sci-fi crazy movies. No. All right, Pat has an answer. Chicory adds a woody, nutty, and slightly sweet caramel flavor while reducing overall caffeine content and acidity.
Oh, okay. That's why.
I would have had no idea. Thank you, Pat.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I figured it did something to the taste, but just what I didn't know, and again, didn't want to mislead folks.
Now, I am a tea drinker. I was just talking about that the other night with somebody because now that I am back on a medication that I used to be on that really helped me, I have to take it at night because I can't take it in the morning with my other meds. And so I do toast or something like the toast and tea every night. And I
Well,
didn't
there you
drink tea
go.
last night, but I think I will tonight. I think I need it tonight. Pat says they're a coffee connoisseur. Oh. Susan says, oh, and then you buy the DVDs, right? Hey, Delia, welcome in. Hey, Day. Glad
Miss
you are
Day.
here. Welcome, welcome. Aw. I can use my regular ruler now. Okay, Donnell is now headed to bed. Have a great night. If you haven't petted Fabric, go pet it. Go pet it before you go to bed. You know you want to. We'll catch up with you in the morning sometime. I'll try to. I've got to be somewhere, but I'll try to.
So she
Supernatural.
should be alive earlier tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, because she's live at 10
Yeah,
or
she's
8
live after
your
you,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah, it'll be like 8 o'clock my time, I think, because you're on from like 6 to 8, and then she
7.
comes on right after you.
Yeah, I'm usually on. I'm usually done by about 7:30 your time or 9:30 mine.
Oh, okay.
That way everyone can go get a cup of coffee. Well, usually like 9:30. Everyone in my house is starting to get ready, and a lot of times, especially now that springtime's here or close
Mm-hmm.
enough to it, we'll be out and about. So usually, yeah, if I go much later, then they're all sitting there looking at me, going, "Okay, we're ready to go." And
Right.
I'm always fussing at them for being late anyway, so I don't want to give them any ammunition.
Yeah. Joan says the Supernatural was good, but ending was pretty dark. Yeah, it was dark, but it was not as bad as Stranger Things. I have to agree with you on that. I did. I liked Supernatural. It drew you in, but you kind of felt like you were invested, but it wasn't quite as just somebody's mind child version of Supernatural as Stranger Things kind of feels like. I don't know. I don't know if I can go back and watch last season. Like if it's newer than what I've already seen, which I think it is, then I can't. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We finished The Walking Dead finally, and we haven't picked up another show because I'm not ready to go back into another Walking Dead series right now. I just need a little bit of a break. My husband's so ready to go back into it.
Well,
He's
isn't
just
like there's several spin-offs, isn't there?
there are spin-offs, and that's what he's wanting to go watch. And I pulled up a crime show that I thought he would enjoy, and the first episode, he couldn't get into it. So I haven't decided what I'm willing to watch yet. I've got another show I'm watching, but he's not interested in it. I do
Yeah.
that every so often. I'll pull a show that he doesn't want to watch. Susan says after watching Sean, she quilts while listening to an audiobook she checked out on the Libby app.
Well, there you go.
Marlene says the boys on Supernatural weren't difficult to watch, but I preferred Grimm. Oh, I'm right there with you, Marlene. I'm right there with you. I kind of got attached to them a little bit. And everybody has a favorite. Everybody has a favorite. Either you like the tall brother or you like the short brother. One or the other. If I tell you which brother I liked, you'd know exactly, which one, because I can't remember the other one's name. Isn't that sad? Oh. So, I am getting there.
That's
After
good.
this round, I'll have one more piece to attach to everything. And then I can trim up and pull papers out. I don't think I'll get it all done, though, tonight.
No,
I'll leave
I
it
know I
with...
won't either. I'm
Yeah,
just starting the tail,
I'll leave it
I
with
think.
one to go on everything by the end of tonight. Because I think I can get this one on everything.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
So I might do that off camera. That way my next block from this thing can be the something new. Be something new. All right. I need to do these two. Those two are done. Okay. Oh, maybe. It isn't taking that long, like I thought it would. So maybe I can get it done, or at least one of them done. God, I love paper piecing. How small do you go on your paper piecing stitch length when you paper piece, Sean?
1.5 mil.
Oh, you go a lot bigger than what I've got this set to. I went super tiny.
Well, this machine only goes in like 0.5 millimeter increments. So like when you turn it on, it
Oh.
defaults to 2.5. Like when I used the Brother machine before this, I was down to like 1. I think I had it like 1.2, 1.3.
Okay.
But yeah, this one, yeah, I think one's way too small. Two would be way too big. 1.5 seems to be a happy medium. I've done a few of these projects already like this here, and the paper comes out fairly easily
Okay.
with the 1.5. So since it's working,
Not mess
I,
with it.
I'm not going to mess with it. I mean, if I wanted 1.7, I have to, or 1.3, I have to go get another machine anyway. So
Yeah, this one I can do all the in-betweens, but I can't see them very clearly from my angle. So I think
yeah.
I'm about a 1 right now. So it is really tiny. It's tinier
Yeah,
than what I'm used to
The
using.
Benina gives me the option to go down on, I think, point 1 mil increments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but yeah,
The paper,
it's working for me.
the paper's gonna come out really easy.
Yeah,
Oh. It was unintentional to go that tiny.
yeah. Speaking of which, I might actually start ripping that out in a minute because I'm getting to a point now where it's a lot of small pieces, and I'm gonna mess something up.
Joan's with me on the Supernatural. She says she doesn't remember the brother's name either. She liked them both. They were very good for their roles. They cast that show very, very beautifully.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is what I've done tonight,
That looks so good. I love it.
and then this little part of the tail.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yep. So.
Well, in just a second I can show you what I've got done. Hey, Kathy! How are you doing? How are you feeling? I saw your video earlier. How are you feeling?
Oh yeah, Miss Caffey.
Yep, she has been under the weather.
Well, that's not good. Yeah, I think a lot of us have been.
Yeah. She got taken down a notch or two. Weather changes and all of that did not help. So it's good to see you here.
Yes, absolutely. Haven't had a chance to talk to her in a while, so it's good to see her.
Mm-hmm. She says she's dragging, but she's here. Yep. I bet you are dragging. I bet you are. I'm looking forward to you feeling better by next Friday. You got 1 week.
Oh, she's your guest next week.
She and Alicia join me on the second and fourth Fridays. We're working
That's right.
on Yuletide Sampler 2. And she's been out of commission for a minute. She says everything is in a bubble right now. I bet. I bet it is. I'm going to just trim this. Saturday mornings at 7 is a bit difficult for her, I bet. Especially right now. Especially right now. Marlene, I love it. Hi, Kathy. Go to bed. Oh. I would say that if I wasn't so excited to have her here because I've missed her.
Yeah, I think we all have.
Yeah. You've been thought about a lot. She slept late today, so she's good for another hour.
Well, there you
Oh,
go.
we don't even have another hour to go.
Yeah.
I don't think I can go another hour. I've been
No.
up since way early too.
Yeah, I've been up since 6 my time.
I haven't been up that early, but I didn't sleep well last night. I was up every couple of hours last night, so we're gonna see if I sleep better tonight. All right, I'm gonna cut my strip for this next piece, but I'm not gonna sew any more of it. So I'll have 6 of them that will be finished very quickly next time around.
That's good.
Kathy or Marlene says she has a week to catch up. Good thing her blocks for Yuletide Sampler are cut. Yeah, my block is not cut for next week. I gotta get ready for that. Kathy slept till 10:30 this morning. That's fantastic. You needed it.
I could not tell you the last time I did slept in that late.
I probably could, but then I'd be telling on myself. And I'm not gonna tell on myself. I regularly need the sleep though. Chronic illness is not a fun camper for sleep or trying to get up early.
Yeah.
It just does not work the way we intended at all.
No. I mean,
Yeah. Marlene, yeah, he's on at 8 a.m. his time. She says it's 5 a.m. her time.
yeah, and that's one reason I like coming to hang out with Tammy at 10 p.m. Eastern once a month
Mm-hmm.
because it does give my West Coast viewers like Marlene a chance to catch me live at least once a month because yeah, I know 8 a.m. It that time works well for me. It works well for the majority of my well, not the majority. I shouldn't say that because I probably get more replay viewers than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, it actually might be about 50-50 right now. It's kind of starting to shift that we're
Oh, is
getting
it?
more and more people, yeah, more and more people watching it live. But yeah, there's a good chunk. It's probably 50-50 or close to it that watch it afterwards. So where was I going with this?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
one of
it's
those
on. I'm basically
50-50.
I'm on early, so you know I totally understand, especially for the folks on the West Coast, that it's not practical for everyone to be up. I mean I don't know that I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch someone, so I'm not going to say, well, you should, you know, or expect you to
Exactly,
because
right?
that'd be cruel. But so yeah, like when Tammy and I talked about a year ago about doing a project together, I was like, you know why don't I just come on your channel late at night, and then that way it kind of just gives it kind of solves two problems at once. It gets me, it's gives us a chance to, you don't have to be up at the crack of dawn, and it
Which
also
is
gives
incredibly,
my
it's almost impossible for me.
yeah, and then it also gives me a chance to allow my viewers from the West, because we share a lot of the same audience,
We do.
um, a chance to see me live at least once a month without having to be up, before the sparrows are. So it works out
Absolutely.
nicely.
Good night, Susie. Thank you for being here. She's said past her bedtime. Good night. And Marlene says very rarely I get to see Selena live.
I
Um,
think she means Sean.
oh, okay, gotcha. And
I think I'm guessing that.
it's possible.
So
It's possible. Okay, Andy, thank you so much for being here. She's got an early morning tomorrow. Good night to you. Thank you for being here. Um, we West Coasters can see Sean live on Friday evenings. 5 a.m. is in. Yeah, it's unseemly hour to get up on Saturday mornings. Oh, Liana, pastry queen, and
Leanna,
Sean
yeah,
too. Yeah,
she's the early
she
girl
is
because
very
I
early.
used to be I used to be the one that kicked everything off. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of times now that Leanna's up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and she is more than welcome to that time slot, So
Well, she's not up this late though. She's never up this
no,
late.
no, she is the definition of a morning person. Wonderful, wonderful lady. I need to get her back on again soon.
You do.
Um, So I think the last time I had her on was before I went up the road to Virginia back in June. So yeah, I do need to get in touch with her and have her pop back on when she gets a chance. So
Yeah.
that would be good. So
Um,
yeah,
Joan says I will be. Tammy will be on 10 to 12 here in Central Time Zone on Sunday. Yes, because this upcoming Sunday, guys, is time change. So do not forget, we spring forward 1 hour this Sunday. So, but that's everybody. So it's still going to be the same time frame.
except
It's still going to
Arizona.
be, well, yeah, true. That's going to change for Arizona people. But it'll still be 9 to 11 Central Time. It's not going to change that this Sunday.
Mhm.
It's just going to feel like it's 10 to midnight.
It will change for the folks in Europe because most of Europe has daylight savings, but they do not change until closer to the end of the month. So there'll be a space of time between now and I think it's the last Sunday, like 2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember now what it is. I should know. Um, but they'll be 1 hour less.
Yeah.
Like they'll be 4 hours ahead of us, or 4 hours ahead of me in the UK, and 5 hours in CET, which is Central European time,
Yeah.
instead of six. But that will, yeah. But that's why I had this panic moment like a month ago, with Arizona because, I wanted to get John from Guys Craft 2 on and
Mm-hmm.
Andy from True Blue Quilts. And I emailed them like at the end of January and like, we need to get you on in February because otherwise you'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. Yeah.
And they both
That's
very
I,
quickly,
I definitely
yeah,
couldn't do that.
no, and I didn't. I have had one guest, um, Eric from Treasure Hunt Creations. He's out there in LA,
Okay.
and we talked about doing a live together, and he agreed to 5 o'clock in the morning.
Brave
I
soul.
gave him every, I know, that's what I said too, and I gave him every out. I said, look, we can do something later, blah blah blah. He said, no, five's fine with me, and I was a bit nervous that he was going to sleep in or something like that, but no, he was early. We had a great time together. So yeah, that's really been the only time that I've had someone on that's there at their time zone to be 5 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah,
it's happened once.
I could not do that. No, no. I
No,
mean, I can leave for a trip at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, but that is not necessarily having to worry about being presentable and in front of a camera and make words.
I
Making
know,
words,
right?
that thing does not start until at least 9 o'clock usually. And it's gonna be
Yeah. Well, you've
tough.
you've been on me for a couple of times,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
in
I
the
have.
past.
I have. I love it. Um, Kathy's not excited about the time change. I'm not either. It's going to sit me back a bit. Kathy says, "Don't forget to hit the thumbs up." Thank you for that. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and show what I've got because Sean has the Formula One to watch here in like 6 minutes. So we're gonna let
Yep.
Sean watch the Formula One in 6 minutes.
Or when the
Um,
kids, yeah, when the kid
yep.
comes downstairs.
So this is where I'm at. So I've got to add one more strip to the top of all six of them, and then all of my condos will be done, and then I can work on a different one next month.
There
So
you
that's
go.
how far I got.
And where did I put my thing? And I think most of you have seen this already,
That's okay.
but I have been working on my little pug, and I have the design element,
Yes, that
and
works.
then the little part of the tail. So I didn't get a whole lot done, but usually you don't get much, like the face takes the majority of the time, and then all of a sudden it just all races together. So hopefully by Sunday, we'll see some more progress on that there as well. And then because I was worried I was going to mess up more stuff,
Yeah.
I decided to start, unpicking the paper from this. So I should
So
just leave these things. I should probably just leave these things laying around, so that way if something goes wrong during a live, I have something else to do. So
that's true. And I will go ahead and answer this out of the comments as well. I've already typed it in, but that's okay. Um, so I change with the rest of the country. So I am not, my state changes time zones. So I will be changing with you guys. So my time zone, if you're in Central or Eastern or Pacific time zone and you change time zones or change times this weekend, I change with you. So the time that you got right now, if it's like 9 to 11 or 10 to midnight or 8 to um 8 to 10, whatever time zone it is, or 7 to 9, that's what I was thinking of. Whatever time zone, whatever you're, if you change time zones, I change with you. So that's going to stay the
yeah,
same for my Sunday night. Um
yeah. For the US, you're gonna be fine unless you're in Arizona. It's
yeah,
really only Europe, Australia,
yeah.
Oceania, that sort of thing. There, it's gonna be a little different for you guys.
Yep. Just go
Um,
ahead and turn the notifications on for the lives if you haven't already. And
yeah,
YouTube should notify you. YouTube's going to be all over the map on Sunday with everybody who didn't make changes or didn't put their time zones in correctly, but mine is in there correctly. And Marlene is asking which Formula One. She doesn't follow
yep.
anymore. Oh,
Yeah,
you put it
Melbourne,
in
Australia is the
Melbourne.
first. Yeah, I
Okay.
just answered in the thing. Yeah, it's the first
Gotcha.
round. As yeah, one of my kids is a bigger fan of the sport as I am. So yeah, she'll be running downstairs in about 6 minutes. Because she's usually always 2 minutes late to everything.
I
So
love that.
but that's okay. They probably won't start on time anyway either, so it won't matter.
That's fair. Well, guys, we are going to go ahead and get off of here. If you have not petted some fabric or loved on it or put some needle and thread fabric, go do so. You want to because, yes, exactly. You want to. You want that serotonin boost, that dopamine hit. You want it because this is going to be an interesting weekend, right? So you want to get that before you go into the weekend. And I will see you Sunday night. Sean will see you tomorrow morning. And
Yep.
make sure you check out Sean's channel if you haven't already. And make sure you like this video because YouTube counts up. So thank you guys.